R&B Jamfest. It's one of the premier talent showcase events we have in Denver, showcasing some of the dopest R&B talent. And I got my man DNA Picasso in the building with me. DNA, what's up, bro?
What up, bro? How you doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. So tell me a little bit about Jamfest.
Man, R&B Jamfest is a showcase style mini festival that books a lot of different artists, predominantly in the R&B genre, neo soul, and I just find a lot of artists in there and put them together, curate lineups, and showcase the talent.
Yeah. What was the concept behind it, and how did it start? What was the origins or the first one?
I think I started it because I selfishly wanted to find all the R&B artists, and
Got you.
I wanted to work with them and all that, but I'm a kind of person where I like to lead with value. I don't like to ask for things. I'm kind of bad at that. So I like to create real relationships in a real transactional world. And so I was like, you know what? I like R&B. It's my favorite genre, even though I rap. And so I'm going to throw these shows, showcasing R&B artists and also discovering artists along the way. And I didn't know it was going to be where it's at right now.
Right.
Right now we're going on the 17th show. We started back in 2022. I was doing maybe a show a quarter. And then 2024 became a monthly residency.
Wow.
And so it's cool, man. It's running in the city. Living it.
Number 17.
Yeah.
Wow. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's consistency right there.
It is consistency.
Yeah.
And, this is something for the city that I feel like everybody needs to come out to, truly. But, Colorado, it's kind of hard to get people out, especially for local music.
Right.
People prefer the club. They prefer, like, when hosts come into the town and, celebrities are here and people don't really like pour into their local artists.
Right.
But
we're changing that.
Bro. I left the clubs, man, and dove into live music, like from marketing live music to curating live music to performing live. Like, that's just my bag right now.
Yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit, man, because you do rap, which is very interesting. You do R&B events, but you rap. How did that crossover happen?
Because I feel like I dip a little bit, like I rap, but I'm also, I got a melodic way about me sometimes, and so it pulls from R&B, and I've always loved R&B. It's my favorite genre. Like, even though I rap, R&B has always been my favorite genre.
Right.
We rap in close second.
Yeah.
But I just like the vibes, bro. I like the vibes. I like the real soul that's behind R&B. And yeah, man, I felt like this was something the city needed, and I honestly wanted to kind of experiment with R&B first.
Yeah. Before
I try to do what I'm doing with R&B. With the hip hop scene out here.
Yeah.
And I got to figure it out, I think.
You got it?
Yeah.
Keep that consistency. You definitely going to figure out the formula. So, man, let's talk about you a little bit, man. I give you your flowers. I just seen that you were front cover of Westward. That's really dope. How'd that come about?
Man, it was crazy. I think really just like an accumulation of just like working and not stopping.
Yeah.
Not complaining about what I'm not getting or where I'm not at. Just working.
Yeah.
And letting like the natural... just the natural way happen. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm patient, but I'm also like not patient.
Yeah.
Like, I'm patient when it comes to like letting the world do its thing, but I'm also active. I'm a doer. I'm getting up and I'm making it happen. Like, my day is filled up with like tasks and just getting stuff done.
Yeah.
I don't work a traditional 9-to-5. God bless, but I did for a long time, and I knew that if I was gonna not work a 9-to-5, I was gonna have to work just as hard, not harder, because it's different when you don't got a guaranteed paycheck coming in.
Man, listen,
you gotta figure out how to go and get it every day. You gotta go hunt and bring back the food.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I feel like I lost the question.
It's all good. It's all good. But you said something right there, man. Because I tell people all the time, being an entrepreneur and now working in corporate life as well. Is you either work a 9-to-5 or you work 24/7.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, good things come to people that work for it. So I get what you're saying when you're saying you're patient, but not. Like, you got to still do the work for it to come to you.
Yeah, and so Westward, they've been supporting me in my career for a while now. Little articles here and there, really big articles here and there.
Yeah, ain't nothing little, man. It's
Westward.
That's a big deal.
I get in the mindset of like feeling like these are things that need to happen anyways, and that are gonna happen, and like they're supposed to happen. It's like, for me, it's like getting up and making your bed. Like, cool, you're supposed to be in the articles, you're supposed to be these things, but I need to like
gotta own it.
I gotta own it, but I also gotta remember that like these are big things.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was just on I started on a GarageBand with the iPhone headphones in the closet rapping, and I gotta remember that kid from back then.
For sure.
What even the smallest mention in a publication would have meant to me back then,
For sure.
So it is big.
Yeah.
It's really big. But Westwood has been kind of following the career for a while. And at UMS, they named my Friday night performance like the best performance that night.
Nice.
And I was at a smaller venue, you know, respectively, like to a lot of the other artists who were performing, they were performing on like the main stage and all that. And I was inside of the Hornet. We packed it out. No one else could get in. The Westward culture editor was there and she loved it. And then we did a R&B Jamfest. She came out and saw that and was just like, I think I just want to write a cover story on you. Like, you've been doing a lot of stuff in the city.
Right.
And you've been advocating for hip hop. You got a lot of stuff going on. So I just want to let people know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fire, man.
Like, crazy honor. Like,
yeah. To be acknowledged in that way is so fire.
For not just for me, bro, like for rap to be acknowledged in that way.
Front cover too, not a cool little, you know,
hip hop scene, Denver's hip hop scene, you know? It's like, I want people to know, like, if you rapping, if you doing R&B, if you doing music, period, in Colorado, this is a win for us.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And if it was somebody else, if it was AP, if it was Trev, if it was 100 Pack Savvy or anyone else, I would have looked at it like a win for all of us.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, I'm blessed.
That's so dope, man. That's so dope. Yeah. I want to tap back to something you said real quick. It's just, you know, remembering where you started and that original hunger is so important because, you know, I'm the same way. You kind of get into this groove, which is a blessing. You start doing things and then you start to just be like, all right, I did that. Next thing. But years ago, man, like to even have a couple likes or a couple listens on a product that you're creating from your heart and soul, like to have 5 people listen to it and love it, that's a big deal, man. People get caught up in numbers and likes and views and all that stuff. But the fact that people are looking at what you're doing and saying, you know, I embrace this and I like this, I love this, I appreciate this. We gotta acknowledge that and keep that dear to heart. You know what I mean?
It's big and it's hard not to get caught up in the vanity metrics nowadays.
Yeah,
like
vanity metrics. Yeah,
like the views and like all that. Like you just said, we're all chasing that and we're fighting for everybody's attention.
Yeah,
but like we can't forget that nobody owes us anything. No one has to listen. And if like the fact that I created something out of thin air, out of a thought, and put it out, and people are listening to it or buying it, like that's a blessing.
Yeah, like
a blessing, yo.
Absolutely.
And it's just a beginning.
Yeah.
Not just for me, but for Colorado, bro.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mention something. I started an organization called the Colorado Music Industry Alliance with a couple other leaders in the Colorado music industry, from Fort Collins to Boulder to Colorado Springs in the Denver metro area, just in an effort to pull resources and like really uplift the music industry and create infrastructure like there really hasn't been before.
Right.
With the help of like radio and publication and like these outside things, tourism, to just figure out like how to really strengthen this music industry and get more money flowing here.
Yeah.
Deals going, get artist development happening, like education. And I'm learning. I'm in school right now. I'm at ACC taking the music business certificate.
Nice.
I'm like, my plate is full, bro.
Yeah.
Full. I have no excuses. If I win or if I lose, it's my fault. And I know that. And so I just got to keep going, bro.
That's what's up.
We all got to keep going.
Yeah.
And not treat this like a hobby, not treat it like there's not enough motion happening, so I'm gonna take it easy. It's like we're not competing against each other. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to fight to have a place in the international music community.
Absolutely. As a unit together, right?
As a unit.
And that's what platforms like The Drop and the R&B Jamfest exist for, man, because I feel like we've always had talent. And now it's more of us building an actual industry and a foundation. And so you going to school and getting that knowledge and us, you know, collaborating and doing these things together. City needs that.
Yeah.
City needs that.
Give you your flowers too, bro.
That's it,
bro. Like, you've been doing this for a long time. Even you've probably done more than I even am aware of, or I was even in Colorado. And so I just respect you staying in the culture and caring enough to do stuff like this.
Absolutely.
Because you don't have to care.
Right.
The Drop does not have to care. The Drop doesn't have to exist. But y'all are here pushing for artists, so artists need to push for The Drop.
That's love.
More people need to tap in. People need support. Like, not just ask for support, but give support. Give more support than you ask for. You know? And it's like shout out to you, bro, for real.
I accept that, man. I accept it. I appreciate it, and I respect that, man. That's love.
Yeah.
So one last time, man, tell us what we can look forward to with the next R&B Jamfest.
October 17th, R&B Jamfest, Volume 17. We are live at your mom's house, Denver. Doors open at 7:30. We got Kayla Ray, Stacy Kamatu. We got Armani. We got El Shaddai, and more. Sounds by DJ Eminem. Yeah, y'all pull up to that.
Very dope.
Interested in the Colorado music industry, we got a mixer at Fort Greene October 9th at 6 p.m. So pull up if you're an industry professional, an artist, or anybody who cares about this to understand what we're doing.
Super fire, man. DNA Picasso, I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.